Recording live from the Northeast Georgia Business RadioX studio, this is Northeast Business Radio. Welcome, everyone. We are coming to you live, actually, from the Jackson County Empower College and Career Center. I'm your host, Tom Sheldon. We've got with us an amazing guest today. No pressure over there. We've also got Mike Salmon running the board. He's stuck in the back somewhere. We'll wave to him later. But we have with us Miss Rebecca Armstrong, Main Street Manager of the City of Jefferson. Hello, Rebecca. How are you?
Hi, I'm well, thanks. Thank you for having me.
You're not nervous, are you?
Just a little.
There's no reason to be nervous. We're hanging out. We're having a conversation. It's going to be great. You're going to love it.
Awesome.
Let's hear a little bit about you, just a little bit snippet of who Rebecca Armstrong is, and then we're going to get into the city of Jefferson, Main Street managing stuff. How did you get to that? How did you end up in the city of Jefferson?
We moved to Jefferson, my family and I, about a year and a half ago.
Welcome.
Thank you. We love it here. We're hoping to plant some roots and stay a while.
I think you should.
That's a new experience for us. We've moved around. I mean, Five years is the longest I've lived anywhere my entire life. So we're really hoping to make a home here. We love it. We love the community. The schools are amazing. We've met a lot of really nice people. I think that's the fun thing about the South. It's almost like you've never met a stranger.
You really haven't. To me, the Southeast is all I'll ever need, and I'm pretty happy with that. Military, you moved around a lot?
Well, I was in the Navy,
okay,
but I moved around a lot before that. But
Gotcha.
5 years serving as a cryptologist in the Navy on board the USS Ronald Reagan.
Well, thank you for that.
Thank you. I really loved the time. It was fun. I almost felt sort of like a tourist, basically. Like lots of people went and did really important things, and I was on a ship that had not yet been commissioned. So,
but you were doing something. Someone had to do it.
Yeah, painting a lot of P-ways, passageways,
right.
Waxing the decks, getting ready for. Right before I got out, we were finally commissioned, and I got to tour the world, and
nice.
as almost like a parade. Look what we have, the newest and the best. And then it was time to get out.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Well, thank you for doing all of that. Everything someone does while serving is important. It doesn't matter what their job is. I come from a similar background myself. My father was retired Navy, so I understand all that. But tell me, let's get back to the meat and the potatoes here. Enough about us, right? You are the Main Street Manager for the City of Jefferson.
Yes, sir.
That sounds super important. You're doing a little more than painting entryways, right?
Right, but I'm still making things beautiful.
Are you still painting entryways? Don't say that. Don't let them know.
No. Though beautifying the city is one thing that I do want to focus on during my time, but not changing it, just making it sparkle, really.
Yeah. A fresh coat of wax on it.
Yeah.
So it's a new job for you, though, correct?
It is. I just started late November, so.
Of last year?
Yes, I'm brand new.
Wow, you are. I'm sure they wanted you, or you have set goals.
I do. Well, my goals.
What are your goals for this? Well, let's go twofold on that. What are your goals, maybe personally, for the city, and what are the city's goals?
Sure.
It could be two different things.
They are. My goals my goals line up a lot with the Main Street goals in general. Main Street is a national program. Cities all over the country have become Main Street cities, yes.
I don't think anyone knew that.
Well, I didn't, even when I applied for the job.
Really? Well, tell us a little bit about that.
Sure.
If you can.
Yeah.
It's not a secret society. Maybe it is.
No.
Okay.
It's really not. But I think that a lot of cities a lot of the citizens don't really know even that we are a Main Street city. When I applied for the job, I wanted a job in the city. I wanted to do something to improve the quality of life here in the city. We have a young family. I'd like to see it. Like I said, I want to plant roots, and I want it to be a space where my children aren't eager to leave when they hit college, and I want them to come back.
Leave and never come back.
Right. And so I wanted to see what I could do. And man, when I saw that job description, I was very excited. It's almost like public relations for the city or business development And
business
you add
development.
yes, and add into the historic preservation aspect of it. So we want to, grow the city with, maintaining the historic qualities and the characteristics that make Jefferson special. We don't want to just be
Right.
another big city.
Get the bulldozer out. None of that.
No, not
Now, right now, you're focusing mainly on the downtown area right now.
right. Main Street.
Main Street.
Yes.
But we don't really have a Main Street. We do, but we don't. Sort of kind of a Main Street.
We don't have
Technically
quote,
a Main Street.
a Main Street, but we
Right.
do have
a main
the main
street.
drag.
Right.
So that basically we count Main Street area as a 0.5 mile radius from the city center. So
That's all?
yeah, it's very
I think
small.
we're 0.6 where we're sitting right now.
Can't help you then.
Such is life. Such is life.
I would love to get to the point where we, expand those barriers, but it's one step at a time. Our Main Street, really focuses on long-term growth and change while maintaining, working towards those small-term or short-term goals,
Right.
And the first one for me is to really focus on small business. I want to support our local entrepreneurs, and I feel like the more we make them succeed or help them succeed, the more attractive we look for new businesses to come in.
Of course.
And know that they're going to be supported and they're not just going to get lost in a crowd or start something new where people aren't going to support them. So I'm really excited to do that.
Where do you begin though?
Well, the
Some
first
social media, some flyers, shaking hands, kissing babies. I don't know.
that's all actually part of it. I haven't kissed any babies yet.
Save that for later.
But I shaking hands is huge, especially as a new person in Jefferson. I have met so many people in the last 2 months. So that's been really interesting. I love meeting new people. But also, my first program that I implemented was First Friday.
Okay.
And so I'm spotlighting a small business every single month, obviously the first Friday of the month.
First Friday.
Yep. And, we've done things so far. It started in January. So we did a daddy and daughter hair braiding lesson at a
Oh, wow.
small little boutique hair salon that's actually tucked inside of it next to a gas station. So it's so tiny. And a lot of people didn't know it was there. So I wanted to make sure they got some attention. And potentially, they had some new customers come in after that
Yay.
event, which is exactly the point. So
Now, how do you advertise that? A website or?
we have it on the Jefferson City website. As well as Main Street Jefferson Facebook.
So you are social media
Yes.
active.
Yes. And we
that's
have flyers, obviously, that go around town. And
Now you're going to put this show on social media, I hope.
oh, yeah, we'll put you
Okay,
on
good,
the
good.
website and also probably link on Facebook.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's what we want. That's what we want. You mentioned earlier historic preservation, and I know that's important to a lot of people up here.
Yeah.
But you also mentioned economic development.
Right.
Do they butt heads a little bit?
Oh, definitely.
I made the bulldozer joke, which probably wasn't much of a joke, but we don't want to see the bulldozer come through town.
Right.
But we want economic development. Sometimes that's new, bigger, better, fresher paint. I don't know, buildings and developments.
Yeah. So that is a very good point because we definitely have the folks who have lived here their entire life. Their lives have been, it is what they know what they know, and they don't want us to turn into Gwinnett County or somewhere like that.
You said the G word.
I know.
You gotta be careful who you say the G word around.
Exactly. We don't want to do that. We want to keep Jefferson a place where it always feels like a community. Not a big giant city. We want people to go out and know each other, you know. And
right.
There are things about our city that make us unique and beautiful, and we don't want to lose any of those things. So that's where historic preservation comes in. They offer that we have a historic preservation committee, and their job is to basically stand guard almost over those things,
right.
And they offer things like facade grants to help you, protect, maintain, and those historic homes and businesses, and there are also
Freshen it, but keep it historic at the same time.
right. There are
Which
strict
is very
rules.
important.
There are strict rules about what
Soon
you
you'll
can
have
do.
shambles. Well, you got to keep things up.
Yeah, and they want it to look as close to the original as possible, you know. And then economic development, we want a place that meets the needs.
Right.
Jefferson is growing faster
my.
than most cities in the country. I don't remember the statistics. I wanted to look it up before I came. But it's almost alarming how quickly Jefferson
It's a great place to
is
be.
growing. And
It's a very safe place to
it's
be.
very safe.
You
The
can't buy that.
schools, I can't even tell you how
Yeah.
excited I was when, even my first year, I had tears in my eyes. My son, who was failing in other towns, came here, and the teachers, the communication, he ended up on the honor roll. Can you imagine?
Nice.
Failing every single year. But
I can't believe that.
the effort these teachers are putting in, it gives me chills.
No, it's they're very amazing what they do, and they're good at it. I've heard a number of stories like that. So, how do people get involved with what you're doing?
Oh, thank you for asking that. I'm really excited. We've already had some volunteers walk in and, want to help on some of these events.
So a volunteer can for events, I guess.
Well, yeah, for events, and also, I'm looking to put on an event later this year where we just do community cleanup, or where we love on our town. We maybe do trash or plant flowers or something like that. And I'm excited to see how many people are eager to be a part of that. We don't have enough, though, so if any of your listeners are ready to volunteer, you can come into the office. I work out of the Civic Center, 65 Kissam Street, or you can even just give us a call, or give me a call, or message me on Facebook. We'll get you on the volunteer list. But also, supporting the small business is a great way to get involved. When we have these events, to show up and support these entrepreneurs and bring the money to Jefferson, as opposed to, going to Athens straight away,
Or Athens, Brazelton. I guess you go to Brazelton, but
oh yeah,
you've got events. You're having the first Friday of every month. What's the next one? What's that going to be about? You had the hair braiding.
Yeah. Well, in February we did wine tasting, which was
Okay.
really fun, over at the Public Square Wine Market.
Why wasn't I invited?
Oh, the whole town's invited. Make sure you're following Main Street Jefferson.
That's what I'm not doing right. I'm telling you.
And then I'm really excited about March. We have 2 shops, so it's actually highlighting 2 small businesses, which I'm really excited about, at the Dragon's Lair bookstore.
No, that's
On
by
Public
the pharmacy.
Square. It is. It's by the pharmacy, and then also we're working with Swirlies.
On the other end of the building.
Yeah, yep.
Gotcha.
And we're going to have a birthday party for Dr. Seuss. And,
Oh, wow.
And it's going to be cake and ice cream at the ice cream shop, and then story time at the bookstore. And she's also offering a discount on the new Dogman book that's coming out. So it's kind of like a dual birthday party for both authors.
That's awesome. I like
Yeah,
that.
something special for the kids. So I'm excited.
Now, that's during the day, in the evening?
It is.
It's on a Friday.
It's on a Friday, and I should have brought the flyer. I'm pretty sure it's 3 to 6 p.m. Yep, that
That sounds right. I've seen the flyer. It looks really good. It looks really, really good.
Thank you.
Is there any sign up that people need to do?
Nope, they just show
They
up.
just show up.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. You could have something on your hands there, couldn't you?
I hope so. I hope there's so many they have to wait in line.
Now, it's not, but it's not free ice cream.
Well, no, there will be
There's going to be some specials.
the ice
I'm
cream.
talking for Swirlies, forgive me.
The ice cream you have to pay for, but when you buy ice cream, you get free cake.
Oh, you do get free cake.
Main Street is providing the cake.
That is a bonus.
So with every serving of ice cream that you purchase, you can have a piece of cake.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, Mike, we're going to that. He's nodding his head back there, yes. Isn't it great when the producer's mic is off?
Oh,
I
wow.
enjoy it. It's awesome.
You have more experience than I do on that.
I like that. I have to go there. A little inside joke between Rebecca and I. There's a very important tree
Oh, no.
on location where you're going to be on the first Friday.
Yeah. Well, a couple of mayors
People at
ago.
Jefferson need to know about the tree because not everyone does. It's assumed they do. But
Yeah, it's a special tree. A couple of mayors ago, the mayor helped plant it.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely has a special place in many hearts around town.
Awesome. I love it. So people want to get involved. They go to the website. What is that website? City of Jefferson.
Cityofjefferson.com.
But where do you go?
What do you mean?
Where do you go inside the website? There's somewhere to click
Oh,
on.
sorry. Community development.
Okay, that's important.
It is.
That
Main
website is
Street,
big.
It's big and it's tangled up, but we are getting a new one, so keep an eye out for that. It's in the works.
Nice.
Hopefully much easier to navigate.
Is that breaking news?
Maybe.
I didn't know that.
It's very likely breaking news. I'm really excited for it because when I try to update this current one, you'll have to excuse me if it's not always updated. It's a mess. But the new one, I hope, will be much easier to navigate so folks can find us really easily. But currently, if you want to find Main Street information, on the bottom, on the on the left-hand side, there's a community development tab. And inside there, you can scroll down to Main Street.
That's important. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Because even I get lost on the Jefferson website. But that's all right. There's an email if someone needs to, ask you a question. Or I tell you, before we do that, I'm sure you're booked up for these First Friday events for several months.
Yes.
How does someone get on that role to be part of that? Maybe
I would love
host.
Yeah.
Is it just right there in the square in town?
Well, it's in my 0.5
that
radius.
half mile.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is where my focus is right now for those events.
I got you.
I would love to get to the point
Expand
a
it out a
couple
little
years
bit.
down the road where we've done all those businesses and we get to expand the Main Street focus. But
So
for right now,
so hopefully the goal is it will expand a little bit more.
I would love it.
So I'll be in your realm as well. That's what I'm pushing for here.
long-term goal, Tom.
That's what I'm trying to get. I want to be included in this too.
So all people have to do for the business owners that would love to have their business in this First Friday Small Business Spotlight is to call me. You could call the Civic Center. I'm extension number 4, or you can email me. My email address is rarmstrong@cityofjeffersonga.com.
R as in Rebecca Armstrong at cityofjeffersonga.com.
Right.
We don't have to give your phone number out. They can call the Civic Center, correct?
Right.
That's
Yes.
the best way to do it.
That is a good way. And then, with social media, it's real easy for folks to just message me, a private message in the Facebook page.
So
I
you'll
check
get it.
that too.
You'll get
Yep.
it.
Mm-hmm.
It goes to you.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Rebecca, you're doing an amazing job. I know you've only done it for a few months.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure to meet you. You and I met at your office, a couple weeks ago, whatever that was. It was great because you actually reached out to me because I tell people our studio the paint is drying. So thank you even though I am outside that half mile, you did reach out. And
I'm really
I
excited
appreciate that.
about what you're doing here and getting the word out
We'll
about
be
our
the voice
small
of business
Yeah.
for the Main Street merchants but all downtown merchants, but also for Jefferson and Jackson County. And we're like you. Hopefully this expands out as well.
I love it.
Yeah. And we'll have you back one time to tell us even more. It'll be great.
That sounds
I
great.
wrote down all these goals that you have,
Yeah.
and we'll check them off.
Oh, thanks. Keep me on my toes.
Yeah, well, yeah. I love accountability.
Oh, yeah.
That Navy thing, yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
You're awesome. Here's my music. Folks, thank you for listening. This is Northeast Georgia Business Radio. We are the voice of business.